Hi there, this is Christy, I'm the Skeptic Medium, and today I'm going to be talking about how spirit communicates or connects with us, their ways of showing that they are around. This actually happens a lot more than people realize, but because the signs are so subtle, you don't actually know that it's happening or take notice that it is. So it's actually a very vast subject. There are many ways that they reach us. So today I'm just going to stick to our senses and how they reach us through our physical senses. It's important for me to say that I can compare spirit and the physical world to us being like a block of ice and spirit being like vapor. In order for them to have any effect on the physical world, it requires tremendous pent-up energy. So as if a person was having to take in all the breath that they had so that they could try to blow a huge block of ice, is comparable to what they have to do in order to affect a change here in the physical world. They can inadvertently scare us, and a lot of people that have a haunting experience immediately assume that somebody was trying to haunt me and hurt me, but actually that's not the case. That's just the only way that they can say that they're around, so they can end up giving you a huge fright and a big surprise. But I think it actually just is that they are there trying to say, hey, I love you, we miss you, here we are. First subject I'm going to talk about is our sense of sight, what we see. Not very common. Not a lot of people see things from the spirit world, again, because of the energy involved having to get that to happen. I have seen a few spirits in my life, but very seldom. When I have seen them, they have always been quite sort of semi-transparent and then gradually fade away. I don't know what other people have experienced. I would love to hear about the things that you have seen. I think it is very important here, though, to note that if you yourself or a loved one that you have is having regular hallucinations, seeing things, hearing things, that you should maybe make sure that there is definitely no mental illness that is causing your brain to do this, and before you know for sure that it is spirit that is doing this. So just be aware of that. Next one is sound. Sound for me is one of the most common things that my guardians do to reach me. The sound that they send me, though, is very subtle. It's not a voice. I have heard voices, but the 3 times in my life have I actually heard a word. And the subtle sound that they send to me, I just want to show you, is like this metallic sound. Sometimes very soft, and then it gets louder, and then when I see that it is happening repeatedly, and it also comes from other places, like it come out of my dog or the couch or the wall, then I know that they're trying to get hold of me because they need to talk to me. I have done readings for people where they have heard the voice of the person. Exceptional, very special events when that happens. So again, be grateful if that does happen to you. Now onto touch. Touch is also one of the simpler ways that they are able to reach us. An actual poke or a prod or a grab, that would be involving a lot more energy. But when it's a very subtle kind of touch, and that's why many people will have goosebump experiences, because the soul is coming into your soul field. Here is something that I'd like to suggest that you try. I have noticed that spirit is very active around the time that we go to sleep and the time we wake up in the morning, and I think during our sleep time. So when you go to bed at night, notice if you start getting any itches on your face. It's like an itchy tingling feeling when they come close to you, and I've often had that as the symbol of them saying that they're kissing you goodnight, that they're watching over you. And take all your hair away from your face so that there can't be any hair that it could be that's doing it. And then look out for that feeling. It is as if somebody is touching you with a feather, and it can be extremely like you need to scratch your face. So if you get that, that's them saying, hey, we love you, and we're going to kiss you goodnight. The next one I'm going to talk about is smell. I don't have personally, the smell won't come to me very often at all, but I know that it is fairly common. A lot of the people that I do readings for do report it, and I have picked it up in readings where that person on the other side said, I am letting this one know that I'm around through the smell that I make, and it's usually a smell associated with that person, like a perfume or a particular flower they liked, or food they loved, or smell of a braai, or cigarettes, or alcohol. There can be a lot of smells that would be associated with that person, so that when they get that smell, they know that that's that person saying, hey, I'm around. Onto the subject of taste. As far as I know, I haven't had anything to do with taste yet at all. I haven't had any readings that have talked about taste, anybody having an experience with taste. So if you have, please let me know. I'd be so interested to find out. My knowledge with having this gift is always growing, and I acknowledge that I don't know everything now, and what I'm telling you now is probably going to be quite different from what I tell you in 20 years' time as my knowledge grows. But this is what I know so far. Please check me out on Facebook and YouTube. I am The Skeptic Medium.